Hi, I'm Christina Amezola, and this is my problem solution speech. So, I'm sure many of us have heard about the declining population of certain animals at some point in these last few years. So, a couple of these endangered animals include elephants, sea turtles, and giant pandas, and there's many other different species. But today I will be specifically talking to you about elephants. So, why are elephants endangered and leaning towards extinction, and why does it matter that they are? So, I will be discussing a couple of points today to help answer these questions. These points are the reasons for elephant endangerment, why elephants are important to the environment, and the effect their endangerment is having on the environment right now. Okay, so to start us off, let's talk about the reasons for elephant endangerment. So usually when someone thinks of the reasoning for elephant endangerment, the first thing that comes to mind is elephant poaching, which is where elephants are illegally killed, either for their tusks for ivory, for food, for sport, or for their skin. So a perfect example of this is stated here according to the Independent, as 5 people are arrested in Indonesia after they beheaded an elephant. So although elephant poaching is a big reason for the drop of the elephant population, many of us have actually overlooked how the pandemic has also affected elephants as well. So according to the Independent, an elephant conservation camp in Bali was filled with emaciated elephants, as the company was unable to pay for the cost that came with being able to provide sufficient food for the elephants once it was forced to shut down, since they had obtained their money from elephant rights. So to kind of put this into perspective for everyone, according to why is it important to save the elephants, the elephant population has decreased drastically over the span of 50 years. So out of every 10 elephants, only 4 are now left. So now let's move on to why elephants are important to the environment. According to why is it important to save the elephants, elephants pave the way for all of the smaller animals, as they tend to break paths through dense forests, as well as expand watering holes, so they're able to hold more rainwater for other animals to benefit from. But not only do elephants build those paths for the rest of the ecosystem, they also provide food and fertilizer with each of their bowel movements. So it's really no surprise that they're labeled as a species that other animals kind of really depend on for their own survival. Okay, so lastly we're going to be talking about elephant endangerment and how it's already affecting the environment. So, with the decline of the elephant population as they come close to extinction, there are already effects due to their endangerment. According to Xinhua News Agency, there's a problem that can be easily overlooked with the deaths of many mature elephants, but it would mean taking a step back to focus on the now orphaned baby elephants. Although the death of an elephant affects many different animal species, the offspring of these elephants are the victims that are most affected, as they're stripped of their caretakers. But things don't necessarily stop there either for baby elephants. Just like how a human is more likely to become traumatized after watching or witnessing something horrific, The same happens with elephants. Some baby elephants might need rehabilitation after having to watch their parents' sickening deaths. There are even some young elephants who were also victims of poaching. So we can imagine that due to the fact that these baby elephants no longer have that mother figure in their life, they're also unable to learn skills needed for survival. So orphaned elephants in the Elephant Orphanage Project are taught necessary skills so that they can be released back into the wild once they're prepared and healthy enough. So today we discussed animal endangerment, specifically elephants. We talked about some specific reasons why elephants are endangered and leaning towards extinction, why elephants matter to the environment, and how elephant endangerment is already affecting the environment.